the loan is going to be around. That's the good news. Now look at this high-speed.
Startup industry has taken the center stage in India, and rightly so, as it has not only become an essential contributor to the economy but also generates employment for both traditional and non-traditional workforce in India. And even though the pandemic has created some obstacles in its path, at the same time it has given it a chance to rise like a phoenix and become truly Atmanirbhar. Hello, I am Taposh Bhattacharya and welcome to this special show where we get you a taste of India's startup ecosystem. India is a breeding ground for cultural, grassroots and frugal innovations. Add a population of over 1 billion to the mix and it becomes an exciting geography for startups.
The Narendra Modi government sincerely wants India to become a global hub of electronic manufacturing.
According to a report, investment in Indian startups jumped 322% to $5.6 billion in July compared to $1.33 billion recorded in the same period last year. As we come to grips with the post-COVID world, there is a collective effort in the startup and the corporate ecosystems to collaborate and share best practices to help mitigate challenges. The webinars and the virtual events bring to the fore new perspectives and insights grounded in research so startups and founders can align their businesses and strategies to navigate uncertainties. These digital events have stood apart in their ability to deliver an engaging experience that has won the appreciation from the audience. From being viewed as the call center and the business process outsourcing hub of the world, India has made an entrepreneurial shift and paved the way for high-growth technology companies to emerge. Investors are extremely keen on backing ideas even at inception stages, breaking away from the general notion of attaining secured investment in established businesses. India has made an entrepreneurial shift and paved the way for high-growth technology companies to emerge. India is all set to roll out the first Atmanirbhar completely indigenous 5G network. Telecom sector in India moved another step closer to realizing Prime Minister Modi's call for self-reliant. Reliance Jio is also pushing for affordable 5G smartphones in India in collaboration with Google.
जो हमारे सीमावर्ती गांव हैं उसके लिए डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी अच्छी हो इसके लिए पूरी कोशिश कर रहा है। तो 354 अनकवर्ड विलेजेस हैं जम्मू कश्मीर में, लद्दाख में, हिमाचल प्रदेश में, राजस्थान में बाड़मेर, जैसलमेर, बिहार में पूर्वी चंपारण नेपाल के नजदीक है, उत्तराखंड में चमोली, चंपावत, पिथौरागढ़। तो जो सामरिक महत्व के गांव हैं यहां पर मोबाइल कनेक्टिविटी को और मजबूत किया जाए अनकवर्ड विलेजेस में, ये हमारी एक बहुत ही प्राथमिकता की योजना चल रही है।
The rise of mobile app users in non-metropolitan regions signal the need for India to develop digital literacy through application focused on regional and localized content with multiple language support. Different localized needs are an opportunity for smaller players within the app ecosystem. After the Indian government banned the use of Chinese apps, Trill, a lifestyle blogging platform that allows users to create 3 to 5 minute original content videos in their native languages, witnessed a huge spike in user base with 5 million new content creators from Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. The platform has grown 10 times since the ban with a total user base of 45 million plus. Recently, Trill surpassed the active users of social media giants Twitter and Pinterest in India. Since its inception in 2017, Trill has provided content to the regional consumers across the country with over 62% of its users hailing from the Tier 2 cities. It has recently launched a platform in 3 new languages, Marathi, Kannada and Bengali, making the total count to 8 languages.
ट्रेल एक बहुत ही डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म है। यहाँ पर यूजर्स ट्रेल को यूज करते हैं अपनी स्टोरी टेलिंग करने के लिए, विजुअल ब्लॉगिंग करने के लिए, जहाँ पे वो अपने इंटरेस्ट के अराउंड 3 मिनट के वर्टिकल वीडियोस बना पाए। ये बाकी प्लेटफॉर्म से काफ़ी अलग है। जैसे मार्केट में 2 और तरीके के प्लेटफॉर्म है, एक जो कि शॉर्ट वीडियो प्लेटफॉर्म कहलाए जाते हैं, जहाँ पे यूजर्स जाके 15 से 30 सेकेंड के लिप सिंकिंग, डांसिंग, एक्टिंग से रिलेटेड वीडियोस बनाते हैं। जबकि आप देखिए दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म जैसे कि यूट्यूब, जहाँ पे लोग जाके 8 मिनट से ज़्यादा ड्यूरेशन की वीडियोस बनाते हैं एडवांस एडिटिंग एज वेल एज हाई प्रोडक्शन क्वालिटी के साथ। तो अगर ट्रेल की इसमें तुलना करें तो ट्रेल कम समवेयर इन बिटवीन, जहाँ पे लोग 3 मिनट के वीडियोस बनाते हैं कैमरा के सामने आके बात करके, स्टोरी टेलिंग करके।
Sequo funded companies Seekfy and Safe Educate came together in the time of COVID to create Safe Job, a digital job preparedness platform that attracts more than 1,000 students every day to get trained and placed from across the country. Safe Educate has shifted its business from offline to entirely online and has also partnered with several companies to provide jobs to the trainees in the times of COVID. Safe Educate is one of the first skilling companies to go online with a placement record of more than 1,000 plus during the pandemic. Also, a large number of corporates are reaching out to train people with their business courses on the platform.
इंडिया में हमारी 50% से ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन 25 साल से नीचे की है। ये यूथ हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है। अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे जो बच्चे हैं कॉलेजेस से ग्रेजुएशन करते हैं, MBA करते हैं, बट आफ्टर दैट उन्हें जॉब्स नहीं मिलती हैं। दे आर नॉट एबल टू मेक करियर्स ऑफ देयर चॉइस। सेफ जॉब एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जो आपको प्रिपेयर करता है अपने करियर्स के लिए, अपनी मनपसंद जॉब्स के लिए। हम टेक्नोलॉजी और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस यूज करते हैं ताकि हम स्केल पे इंडिया के बच्चों को ट्रेनिंग कराएं और उनकी जॉब्स दिलाएं।
Chef is another such initiative which will help India in becoming self-reliant. The web-based app is multi-door portal which connects buyers and sellers. It encourages local cooks who can promote their soulful home-cooked food.
शेफ एक ऐसी कोशिश है जो हमारे देश की महिलाओं को आत्मनिर्भर बनने में सहायता करेगा। हमारे देश में ऐसी बहुत सी महिलाएं हैं जो अपने खाना पकाने के हुनर को लोगों तक पहुंचाना चाहती हैं और उनके इस हुनर में इतनी क्षमता है कि वो इसे बिजनेस में कन्वर्ट कर सकती हैं और करना चाहती हैं।
Thamma's Kitchen is another such platform which provides comfort to choose food one love with ease. From on-demand food orders to getting it delivered with convenience, Thamma's Kitchen showcases rich delicacies of the country. Becoming self-reliant in food sector not only supports local produce but also promotes the rich Indian cuisine.
I belong to a foodie family, and my Nana ji was in fact known in the circles, in the old Delhi circles, for his food. So I think somewhere down the line it was always there in my genes. So I thought, why not, right? So Thamma means grandmother in Bengali, and we thought that let's bring back the same ethos, because we all have memories associated with our own grandparents, grandmothers, and most of it is primarily all about food, right? वो हमें घर का खाना इतना खिलाते थे that we all have those memories well etched in our minds. Thamma's Tiffin essentially brings the घर का खाना to your dining table, and all of it is prepared absolutely fresh. So while on one hand we talk about the variety of food that we deliver, which includes cakes, breads, continental, Chinese, Italian, whatever you want, all of it is customized exactly as per your need. But it is also made, absolutely in our home kitchen. Going forward, we intend to empanel home chefs with us, women who are known for their dishes. We are on the lookout for them, and we'll surely look at empaneling them with us.
The coronavirus outbreak has triggered innovation by Indian entrepreneurs that can handle challenges posed by the pandemic. These new techniques and innovations are an answer to human ingenuity during these testing times. Health and Jig Manufacturing non-contact infrared thermometer launched itself on Make in India platform. The plant set up with fully automated online optical inspection of assembled PCB to resolution of 10 micron. The measurement can be taken from a distance for hot surfaces and objects or for food service purposes where items should not be touched or contaminated. It also has the availability of memory and advanced measurement, which is very compact, lightweight and easy to use. The thermometer can be of multifunctional use at public places, Medicare, offices and call centers, malls, passenger transport hubs and many other places.
This pandemic has, clearly indicated the bottlenecks and the weaknesses of all the countries, whether it is, all the companies, countries and the people. So we are able to really see how weak we were in arranging the resources, the health resources, the equipments, the medicines. So this is what we also encountered, and this is what inspired us to start some health related products. So initially we started with IR thermometer, and we are manufacturing right now. We are manufacturing IR thermometer and oximeter, pulse oximeter. So these two things we Indianized. First of all, we made the injection molds. So we started producing the plastic components here. In future, we will be bringing more products related to health and medical industries. So for example, there will be an electronic stethoscope, some oxygenator. So all the things which is a matching of electromechanical collaboration, like there is some mechanical arrangement and there are electronic technology, whether it is IT. So clubbing both of the areas, we will introduce more products to our consumers, to the health industry. We are trying to reach to each of the district of all the states. So we are aiming pan India market, and in each small district, everywhere we are sending our salespeople. We are doing the digital marketing. We are trying to reach to every corner of the country.
The company also launched Pulse Oximeter, which is used to monitor the amount of oxygen carried in the body. The launch of Pulse Oximeter from Protonic Medical System comes as a great relief in the current pandemic, as saturated partial oxygen measurement is a vital parameter for the patients who are suffering from the coronavirus. Moreover, calibration certification of the product is utmost important and ensures the exact reading of the device. The oxygen monitor can accurately determine the blood oxygen saturation levels, heart rate and pulse strength in 8 seconds and display it conveniently on a digital LCD display. The product is compact with lightweight fingertip clip and soft silicone pad.
See, these thermometers, if the demand is there and there are no imports, then we can produce to the extent of 60,000 pieces per day, because we have got the enough infrastructure for that. So the things for which we are dependent upon China, I think we need not import from there. Everything has been developed. In this particular thermometer, even the software has been developed Indian. It is not dependent on anybody. Components we have to buy because components are not manufactured in India, but rest of the things are there. 70% of the government imports can be stopped because there is a skill available in the country, machinery is available in the country, there are qualified people who can run the show. So even then, as a first phase, I think we should do that with them. Anything in electronics which is coming from China, that can be produced on this floor. Provided there is not a cheap import from China, demand is there in the country, this can be produced in the country, employment can be given to the people, local resources can be made use of. We can source these components in bulk, provide it to the industry at a competent price. Because 10 small customers, they will buy in small quantity, but when a bigger company buys in bulk quantity, he gets at a price which is half the price, the original price at which a common man is getting. So if we make the raw material available to the industry at a competent price and the affordable price, and then there is a market for that because there is no dumping now, the economy will go skyrocketing.
There are two verticals where we are working. The first vertical is increasing the manufacturing capacity of the existing products. So on that we are working regularly. So we have hired a special team. Even in Corona time, instead of shunting out the employees, we have hired 40% more employees in our strength. So this is one area, one vertical where we are regularly working. Another vertical, see, as we are experienced in research and development since last 25 years, we are regularly in practice of developing new products. So both of the departments are working parallelly. There is a third vertical. I wish to introduce this vertical here. We are in a regular practicing of inviting foreign companies to invest in India and to help Indian Indian manufacturer or importer to set up their plants in India. So in this practice, we are regularly in touch with, we are organizing some events, we are regularly in touch with the importers or the people who really wish to manufacture their products in India. Right now, who are importing the products from China, Taiwan, Korea. So we are asking them to invite their collaborators to invest in India, and we can help them through government. Government is already very supportive, but still we have some issues which we are in practice of having conversation with the government people. For example, there's a particular area of resources. Whoever company aim to come to India, the first challenge they feel is the raw material resources, manpower resources, skilled manpower. These are the upcoming issues which usually people face. So providing them land, facilities, electricity is not sufficient. We need to also look at the other areas where we can arrange the resources. What these, and it depends the domain to domain.
India's billion-dollar tech industry is benefiting from rising demand for digital services as the coronavirus pandemic hastens the global shift towards automation. Atmanirbhar Bharat provides a truly watershed moment in our history to ignite the innovative entrepreneurial spirit of New India. Vihant Technologies and International Advanced Research Center for Powder Metallurgy and New Materials, Hyderabad, have jointly developed KritiScan UV baggage disinfection system for hotels, commercials and private complexes, airports, terminals and railway station for the disinfection of the baggages. This advanced baggage disinfecting system has a specially designed motorized conveyor to guide all sort of baggages into the disinfection tunnel, which uses short wavelength ultraviolet light to inactivate microbes and viruses by destroying their membrane and inner nucleic acids, leaving them unable to perform vital cellular functions. Developed with the technical consultancy from IIT Bombay and made in India, KritiScan UV comes with ergonomic design with safety features to prevent UVC coming out of the tunnel.
The idea was to develop indigenous technologies in India in the areas of security surveillance and smart cities. Most of our solutions are AI and ML driven technologies. Our business segments are security surveillance, where we have X-ray baggage scanners, we have under vehicle scanning systems, and in smart cities we have number plate reading systems, speed enforcement systems, red light violation systems. For X-ray we have, for example, 25% market share in India now over a period of the last 5 years. For under vehicle scanners we have close to about 70% market share. For smart cities, we have done 25 smart cities across India, where we have deployed our number plate reading systems and enforcement solutions. Around February, we started developing two different solutions for fighting the COVID. First one was a temperature screening system using thermal cameras. So we were using thermal cameras for traffic detections, but then we kind of modified those for temperature screening. So we are able to do a temperature screening using a thermal camera in real time. It's a completely made in India product. We have already deployed close to about 25 systems in railways, space centers, private places. The other product we have been working on is actually in conjunction with the X-ray machine, which is actually a KritiScan UV, which is a ultraviolet based disinfection tunnel for baggages, which can be used before the X-rays, where we have already deployed. Now the idea is to screen and disinfect the baggages before they enter the X-ray. So that's another product we have launched 10 days back, and we have picked up a large export order from Philippines. Railway stations where there is a mass transport of people and you want to scan quickly. So KritiScan UV provides an opportunity where we can disinfect a bag in about 8 seconds before you board a train, or if you have come from a train, you actually sanitize your bag before you enter to your home. So that's the beauty of the product. This Make in India program, especially where the definition of local supply is very clearly defined in 20% or 50%, and there are some tenders which are reserved for local competition only. I think that's a very, very fair program, because we were facing unfair competition. It's not that we are not competent to make a machine. We can make equally good machines at equally good prices. But if there is an unfair competition, you can't fight with a large Chinese company which for example, has low material cost, free land, very low rate of interest, and their intent is to just capture the market share somehow. So I think if the competition is fair with these local guidelines which have come up, it's going to really help us grab more market share in the Indian market.
The company has also developed an artificial intelligence-based thermal and vision camera, Febri-Eye, which not only measures forehead temperature but also detects face mask and social distancing violations. It generates an alarm in case of any deviations. It is a thermal screening system for real-time and automated non-intrusive monitoring of temperature of people entering into any premise, be it government building, private complexes, IT parks, hotels, airports, railway stations, bus stations, places of worships, etc. to ensure that person entering doesn't have high fever.
Smart Cities program started about 5 years back, actually 6 years back. Government has already initiated and developed close to about 65 to 70 smart cities. We, for example, have done 25 smart cities for our traffic enforcement and traffic management systems. I believe this push of smart cities using AI ML will really help us develop better cities, more smarter cities, cities which are more connected. Things can be automated because you don't need a person to now print a ticket on a red light. It can be automatically generated. It is linked to your Vahan database where you can actually generate a challan. The challan actually comes to your mobile phone. You can actually pay using online methods. So it seamlessly transfers the capture to identification to paying of challan in a very seamless fashion. So we have done this in multiple smart cities in India, and I believe more such initiatives will help us become a more digital India. So our vision of expanding the smart city is there. We believe India can have 500 smart cities. We have done only 25, so there is a lot of room to expand there. From security and surveillance perspective, we are well entrenched in the Indian market. We want to be taking a larger share in the Indian market, and then we want to go out. We have already started a business in Europe in March, and we believe that we are going to expand and sell our security and surveillance equipment in Europe, in Middle East. We already have an office in Indonesia where we are trying to expand in the Southeast Asian market.
These developments suggest that the digital startups hold the key to the growth of India's digital economy, and they require government assistance to become national champions. They can potentially become market leaders in their own verticals if they adopt to certain trends unique to the Indian marketplace, and hence, local se vocal is the new mantra. That's all from me in this special program. This is Taposh Bhattacharya signing off. For more news and updates, keep watching DD News. Namaskar.